Okay, another whiny episode where I complain all the time over. Let's go back to playing the video. Anna Angel lives here. That's foreboding. That's an oddly foreboding message. It's just like, Anna Angel lives here. Would you like to investigate Anna Angel? I guess I can do that on the way to also looking into Yakov, because Anna Angel's closer. I do feel bad when I'm just whiny all episode, but I'm just like, what do I do besides acknowledge what's happening right now when I'm trapped in the prison of this shitty mechanic? But we can move on now and play other things now. So that's fun. I do like just kind of going around and seeing the story play out. I wish the surrounding like video game mechanics were interesting in the way that I am used to. They don't have to be the same ones, but differently interesting. And unfortunately, I don't think that what we got has been differently interesting. I think it's mostly just been walk around and do dialogue. The game.
Meow. Meow. Feed me.
God, how do people put up with cats? Shall it rain? Shall it snow? Don't ask again. I don't know.
Anna Angel is basically Cruella de Vil. It's just very funny. She's like some kind of thespian that thinks high of herself even though she was like specifically like a circus performer. But like, you know, she has like her performance talent, and like being on stage seemingly got to her head in some level, because now she just sits around like an old woman and just hates children and cats and just any minor annoyance. And I'm like, man, a plague is happening. Everyone's dying, and that's your priority? My, what a sight you are. Did you try to put out a fire with your face? You should know that better than anyone, dear Anna. Your letter graciously invited me right into the trap. Oh, how fascinating. And what exactly does it say, this letter of mine? Let me see. I won't. I'll keep your letter for the trial. The trial? Trying to frighten me. I've grown used to fear. The children torment me day after day with their games. They're the ones who surely sent that letter in my name. That's their brand of mischief. The children lured me into a house to burn me alive. And you expect me to believe that? Let's speak plainly, without all the cat and mouse nonsense. I'm speaking very plainly. Could I have lured you into a house and set it on fire? Yes. And why not? It sounds amusing, and you do irritate me. But you irritate not only me. The whole town despises you. You should listen to what they say on the streets. Let us walk to town hall. We'll sort things out there. Take your hands off me. Don't touch me. It's the children. The children set you on me. They do this to me on purpose. Take your hands off. I'm not going anywhere with you. Let me be clear. One more letter or any suspicious action from you and you'll be held in custody. There you go again, waving your little authority in people's faces. Pfft. I've warned you, Anna. It totally was her. I don't know if the children here even have that kind of font, that kind of writing style. Although somewhat notably, they did use the same font for Heron and Anna Angel, which does end up suggesting that Heron sent this message on Anna Angel's behalf and he decided to kill me. That's the more reasonable theory to have, given the actual evidence. But the actual evidence is just the fact that the game developers used a font, and so the handwriting looks the same, but that might be completely unintentional. Makes more sense than the idea that the children are conspiring to mass murder me. That's mass murder me. That doesn't make any, that phrasing didn't make any sense. Oops. Do-do-do-do. Oh, wait, citizen. Oh, the hygiene thing. Probably should actually interrupt that as soon as possible and flee the interaction.
Like a gunshot.
So I'm like, okay, sure, let's humor them and listen to it play out. Whoa. What do you want? Short fellow, arrogant face, walks like a hunter. You must be him. My, to whom do I owe such a vivid description? Are you certain you're looking for me specifically? The esteemed Dr. Dankovsky is requested to come to the hospital as soon as he can. I was told to say nothing bad has happened, but the matter is urgent all the same. Something scientific, terribly complicated. With that, I'll take my leave. Something scientific, intriguing. I am Science Boy, the boy of science. The one who sciences. Science. It's so alarming to have a character run at you in these NPC zones because none of them actually... Normally nobody in these areas really has like any kind of AI behaviors. So I was like, what the fuck? Oh! It immediately triggered the part of my brain that's like, I'm gonna get attacked. This guy's gonna punch or shoot me. And people could punch you to death so fast in the first game that I'm like, no. Uh-oh. Okay, no, that's not a tragedy end. I thought the green person was a tragedy end for a second there. I'm like, oh no. Did Little just die?
Will they ever find out about us?
Doctor, quickly. It's not a sight you want to miss. What are you talking about? The sand plague. Under the microscope, it's doing the most extraordinary things. You must see it yourself while the sample's still fresh. It's from that poor soul in the boarded-up house, the one you found and sent to us. What extraordinary luck. I'll have a look. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Organ is affected. Yep, that's what we expected. What did it do that's different?
There is a life behind any diagnosis. Arithmetics doesn't govern them.
You saw it. Saw it, didn't you? Quite a spectacle, wasn't it? I can barely believe my eyes. The plague forced its way straight into the secondary pathogen? Yes. At first, I thought my eyes were playing tricks, but no. It truly burrows into the other illness, as though it means to settle that score first. Only then turn to the healthy cells. That's why our long-lasting patients survive so long. The sand plague isn't trying to kill them right away. It goes after their other sickness first. And apparently killing the other sickness takes way longer than killing a human. It was like, it almost reacts like white blood cells against other diseases. Are they implying, I wonder if they're going in a direction here where they're implying the sand pest, if you can figure out how to make it not kill people, might be a panacea? Like it might solve all diseases forever, and or they might even go in the direction of being like, and it cures aging and death as a concept. Because like, it hunts diseases. All of them apparently. Or a lot of them. So the sand plague, is that efficient? An intercellular parasite? Capable of attacking other pathogens? But it's distracted by other diseases. Wants to defeat it, to be the strongest of them all. Can't stand any competition. The destructive power turned absolute. It fascinates me as well. A remarkable phenomenon. I must look a fool to you, mustn't I? Rejoicing over this as if it were some grand discovery. And what good is it really? True, we're still far from practical application, but this very well may be a step toward victory over the sand plague. Only this morning I was thinking, if only we had an intercurrent patient who'd gone untreated for days and days, maybe we'd see something remarkable. I meant to ask you, and you went and found such a man inside that boarded-up house. So, now we probably ought to check all our patients here, see whether it's the same with them or not, right? Just to make certain. Say the word and I'll start right away. Yes, do it. And you know, Little, I've been thinking. Yes, Doctor? An insane notion. Imagine this. A sick man contracts the sand plague. Should he, let us decide how, survive it, he would be cured of every illness he carried by the plague itself. So the sand plague could be a cure for any ailment. It makes sense if it burns out the other illnesses first. Yes, a cure. If the body can withstand such a trial, which is unlikely. Well, I'll be. Can't even wrap my head around it. On the other hand, have you heard the whispers in the streets? People saying the plague isn't punishment at all, but a cleansing. That one must pass through the crucible and be reborn. I always thought it nonsense, but coming from you. Yeah, a crucible that's killed 100% of people, basically. I'm not entirely convinced myself. Let's keep my overly bold speculation between us two for just now. Fight fire with fire. A wild outcome. That is, we are getting a bit of Thanatica here. Sand plague devours foreign diseases in the organism. It would be a panacea itself. It would be a panacea itself if it didn't kill the carrier. We've advanced far in studying the sand plague. Now the main thing, don't stop. I feel soon we'll corner it. So the patient did reach here, which is good. I was caught off guard. I nearly died. Everything became too dangerous. Must calm the town. Somewhat awkward phrasing for an end cap for a quest. I was caught off guard. I nearly died. Everything became too dangerous. I must calm the town. It doesn't really summarize the context very well or why I might want to cancel that objective or not. I don't think there's a reason to, because it's just referring to the house, I believe. I keep forgetting that I have 2 guns. It feels weird that there even is 2 guns, right? They use different bullets, don't they? A 2-shot pistol I designed by Jacques Debut. Tiny and non-threatening. I'm saving the last bullet for one particular purpose. Oh, it's a storytelling inventory slot. We're just sitting there with the one bullet. Oh, that's the gun I use to shoot myself. That's upsetting. Okay, that's why I have that. That's alarming. So this patient did not count as one of the patients. I'm also just really unclear on whether or not it's even possible to diagnose a patient from the first day or not. Maybe the issue is I diagnosed them incorrectly because it doesn't have the plus sign next to them. But there's no one to check the diagnosis. It wasn't confirmed or unconfirmed. One thing I'm curious about is whether or not I'm going to end up looping Like, learning most of the stuff I can, then looping back to the beginning and applying that information in a way that completely undoes the plague on day one. Like, if I could just, like the fact that I can use vaccines on days earlier than the day I invented the vaccine in the first place, I think that's how it works, implies that we can affect the past in that kind of way. Is that 5 patients? Is that even possible? Couldn't be. Isidora's still here. Alright, so I believe I've finished everything I can today besides starting on diagnoses, but it's already pretty late in the day, so I might as well start the day over now. And now I'll do all of the diagnoses before I then go back to save Vlad. I don't need to keep resetting the house anymore. I won't betray Andre. I'm going to keep that for now. I think that one lights up every time because it's technically re-resolving each time. But it is a little interesting that it doesn't count as locked in. Like, all the other objectives count as locked in. But for some reason, that one doesn't count as locked in. And it instead resets every day, even when I don't reset it. A note from Anna Angel every day, even though I've already had it. And that's just like, is free? I don't know what's going on with the 2 sweary extract there. That's not how items normally work in this game. But it keeps giving me the 2 extract every day. Is there like a specific use case for it? Got so much of it now. Why is there so much extract? Why are they doing this to me? Gah. All but for strychnine, I guess. I have 10 heal, 9 matches. Kind of just keep putting there out of habit either way. I'm just going to assume that the conversation with the Cathedral Keeper is not that important. Because it resets every single day no matter what. It just keeps showing up. It's not like locking in any kind of outcome. And I don't feel like checking it every day. It does feel reasonably worth it though to slowly launder all of my nuts into being Calomel. Is because the more times I loop through this day, the more I might have to occasionally use 1 more heal. And so that's just like the good practice to be staying on top of. Yes, we're supposedly only a few loops away from being done with today. But you never know. As I've repeatedly pointed out, I try to account for the fact that we might, at any point in the future, return to any given day. And so I should keep the game's economy in best practices, just in case. Just because the game is light on mechanics does not mean there's a reason to pretend they don't exist and then pointlessly hang myself with what threats there are. There is a mirror by the theater I can use later. I think I've wasted fully half of the mirrors that I've actually broken. Some of them I've broken on reflex. Alright, let's see if I do better at the diagnoses today. Try to do best practices as best I can. Why are there 5 of you?
Simon spoke to everyone, even me.
I wonder if we're going to find out that one of them doesn't have the sand pest, and therefore is non-applicable to my entire premise here. We only opened our hospital 5 days ago, and already it seems like an eternity. It feels like I was born here, lived my whole life here, and I'll probably die here too. You're just tired. And no wonder. You work nights, you oversee prescriptions and vaccine creation processes. Unfortunately, though, I can't give you a day off just yet. I'm not complaining. Not really. I just can't wrap my head around the feeling. My whole life shrunk to 5 days in this hospital. Let's move on to the patient, shall we? Alright, but don't push yourself too hard, little. At least find the time to get some sleep. 4 people await your attention. Toppy, she won't be easy. And Crow, who will get a pitchfork to the stomach if he ever leaves the hospital. Astrid, who looks especially haggard. And Petrol. Not quite right in the head, that one. You say the townsfolk are up in arms against Crow. What did he do that was so horrible? Crow is a businessman with several warehouses and a shop. He also deals with customers directly. He's been at it for a long time. Everyone knows him. And now they're saying his goods are infected, and he's risking the lives for money. He denies everything, of course. Tell me about Astrid. She's come of her own accord. She wants to get her fever down, and says she needs nothing else. She looks like she's been out there single-handedly plowing the fields. Now, I'll give a plague test to anyone I can get my hands on, and here, a positive test. What's wrong with Petrol? Do you suspect insanity? You know, the universal diagnosis of insanity. The orderlies found him by the cathedral, crawling down the steps. They thought maybe he'd meet with the Inquisitor, and, well, you know how that goes. They asked him if he was unwell, and he just babbled. They brought him here and found out he has the plague. His memory is a bit cloudy. At least he remembered his called Petrol. That's something. That character specifically probably has a brain malady that might be caused by some other disease. What won't be easy about Toppy? Her mother's brought her. So talk your ear off that one. I have no idea how to make her stop. Alright, then time to work. That's why there's 5 people. You're the one with the mother. We're gonna go left to right like usual, and we'll see. Petrol. Is it today now? I need to know. If it's not today yet, then there's still time. This question is nonsensical. Today is always today. It's the current day. You better talk in dates or weekdays. The cathedral. If today is today, then I was at the cathedral 2 days ago. Probably 2. And then, all these yesterdays and tomorrows. And I need to know for sure when, you know? So Petrol might be experiencing a version of what I'm doing, which alarmingly might mean that this is what I look like from the outside when I'm talking about anything. In the cathedral. That is indeed a special place. Though your town is full of special places, really. What? No, he told me. The one at the gate. With those fish eyes of his. And the levers. It's all about the levers. You see, I did listen to the fish-eyed one, but I didn't think that repeating Maria's words would also be counted as singing a borrowed song. Yes, that's how it was. Or will be. When is now? I must know. So he sang a borrowed song in the cathedral as he was warned against, and there was consequences? Maria's words. I assume you mean Maria Kaina. Are you her friend? Friend? I wasn't even allowed to become a sign. Maria used to laugh at me. Used to say I was heavy as an anchor. That I was chaining myself to the bottom. And everyone would weigh anchor soon. Take off the ground. Because the utopia would come any day now. Curious. What else did Maria tell you about the utopia? She said that everything will be different. that we will no longer understand how we could have been so blind and deaf, so crudely made, that life will show its facets yet unknown, that fear will fall, pain will fall, and skepticism will repent, that all the shards will come together and form a stained glass window. Poetic and meaningless. And here I thought she knew some details of Simon's plan. Simon! When news of his death reached me, that's when I knew it. It was all about to begin. It had already begun, and I tried to jump on the rear platform of that train to overcome this whole sluggardly nature of mine, to turn it over, like a lever, to avoid being left behind, left in the past. So Petrol was also infected by the same train car that another person was in then. So you took measures. You did something to yourself and now you're lost in time. It was the Cathedral, I told you. Or didn't I tell you yet? The Cathedral produces time. And the Cathedral produced me. In every timeline. But I'm so tired. I can't do this anymore. Maria was right about me. I'm an anchor. I always sink. I suggest we begin with sorting out your physical condition after all. It might be the reason you feel so tired. Yes. Yes, so much traveling. To the yesterday. To the tomorrow. To who knows when. I'm feeling sick. Right here, up my throat. And I've grown weak. It's so hard to pass every time. I wish I had a calendar. Tell me, has today come already? Sick in the throat. That's interesting. I'm not sure about that. I'm scared. What if you turn away? And then find myself in the tomorrow, or in the yesterday. Let me examine you. Always the starting point, I think. Heartbeat normal. Ulcers, nausea, and vomiting. Okay. That's gonna be a stomach thing. Skin ulcers. That immediately narrows it down. Is this an easy one, I wonder? Hallucinations. That potentially lines up with it too. Tularemia. An infectious disease transmitted through food, contact with rodents, and insect bites. The onset is sudden, with fever, weakness, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and headache. Diarrhea just is never mentioned in this game. Is it even a symptom I can diagnose? Hallucinations are observed in some patients. Ulcers and/or redness of the skin. Ulcers and/or redness that appear on the skin. It can also affect the eyes. Moderate mortality risk if left untreated. Immunity is permanent for recovered individuals, not contagious from person to person. Risk groups: impoverished people, inhabitants of the steppe. It's like malaria, basically. In the way it spreads, at least. I think. Is his eye situation diagnosable? Red eyes is an option, but I think red eyes refers to the eyeballs, not the area around the eyes. Is the skin of an unhealthy color. His eye symptoms, what's going on with his eyes feels like symptoms, but not in a way that you would normally refer to as red eyes specifically. Unhealthy skin color. Does ulcers count as that? Disruption of skin integrity. As a rule, the edges of ulcers are clearly visible, and you do see clear edges on these. I thought ulcers are more like red, though? Insect bites isn't suggested. And redness, yellowing of the skin. A healthy person's skin has a pinkish tint. Deviation in its color towards yellow may indicate some disease. Oh, is it yellowing of all of their skin, though, instead of specific spots? Hepatitis. Liver necrosis can be caused by viral infection. It can also develop in individuals who abuse alcohol. The preisteric, I don't know, phase of hepatitis is characterized by weight loss, nausea, diarrhea. Sometimes skin itching and eczema occur. The icteric phase, is it icteric and pre-icteric? Marked by jaundice. Previous symptoms are gradually regressing. The patient complains of pain in the liver area. Poor hygiene and substance abuse significantly increase the risk of death. Fatal disease. Jaundice is usually referred to as yellowing eyes. I don't know. That might also apply to skin. Yellowing eyes isn't even a symptom you can do in this, though. I think yellowing of the skin might be wrong. Eczema, ichthyosis. Dark tone spots that look like scales. I don't think these ideas match. Maybe a rash. No, red can be red, black, or green, not yellow. It might have to be ulcers. Ulcers don't really tell you what color they are. It just says should not be confused with mechanical skin damage, which makes me then think that I'll click on yellow. I'll click on yellowing in the skin because you have to click on things in order to be able to question them about them. We have noted the fact that I need to over-diagnose a little bit because then I can ask questions about them, and if I don't diagnose them a bit, I can't ask questions about them if they happen to be right, which is what's been fucking me over recently. Hands in terrible condition. Okay, so those are the ulcers, right? They clearly have edges to their... They clearly have edges, and I've took that ulcers are more like wounds. Yeah. In fact, I think... Not here. Yeah, that's how ulcers are listed here, too. I wonder if I should list red eyes, then? Just in case I can... Just to try to ask about the eyes. I don't think he has a regular pupil shape. Can't look at them now to review them, though, because you can't look at their faces for some reason in the screen. Some kind of rash? Allergies? Poor hygiene? Bites? They're very clearly individual. This might be my clearest example of insect bites so far. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Some kind of rash? Allergies? Poor hygiene? Bites? Okay, so definitely insect bites. I click rash? Maybe. He's saying rash, which makes me think I should think rash maybe because he's the fucking doctor. So let's ignore the idea whether or not it's the colors that the game seemed to suggest they should be. Am I? Already? Or not yet? I'm so confused. I wasn't made for this. How could I even imagine I'd succeed? Let's try to find out what's wrong with you, shall we? I'm a fool, that's what. I wished for powers that no man can handle. I sympathize with you, Petrol. You remind me of myself. I'm afraid of being carried away by the torment of time, too. Oh wait, I didn't get anything brain-related. Hallucinations. Or memory lapses, maybe? Firing syndrome. Hopefully those show up later. I tried to take someone else's destiny for myself. I'm drowning in it. Marie used to say there was no place for me in the utopia. And Simon, he used to say there was a trial by your own weakness. And there is a trial by your own strength. And the latter is the more terrifying one. You'll get out of this. I'll help. Did you want something from me, Doctor? I remember you had questions. Have you already asked them, or will that be later? I've written down too many symptoms. There's no disease like this. Fuck. Should I think that he has hallucinations or memory lapses? I think Little said memory lapses out loud. I think that's applicable. His skin is very literally yellowing. Okay, that's little enough, I guess, that it counts. It changes in real time is a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect this type of menu to update in real time like that. You have yellowing on your skin. That's an alarming symptom. Yellowing isn't because of the time. It's been like that since late summer. I haven't been to summer now. Summer's only happened to me once, yet I'm so scared of being carried all the way back there. Okay, so I guess they're saying I should dismiss yellowing of the skin, as best as I can gather. Your hands are covered in scabs. Do they hurt? Itch? They're itching, doctor. We're itching yesterday. We're itching tomorrow, too. And even today, if today it is, they're still itching. I scratched them so horribly. Looks like scabs now. But I did it all on my own. Okay. So that But ulcers is built in. Yeah, apparently it's itchy skin. Can't ask about if they were have bites or not. Or, this rash looks weird. Have you had contact with animals? Ate raw meat, perhaps? The flies did it. I opened my eyes once, and it was tomorrow around. The kind of tomorrow you'd never wish to see. This place, right here, where the theater was yesterday, and the hospital is today. In that tomorrow, this was a morgue. No one alive, just those flies swarming around. Okay, so insect bites, yes? Maybe you're drunk. This trireme of yours should have been forbidden long ago. It's a punishment of a drink. Do you drink, Petrel? Do I drink? Yes, I do. I drank, and I will drink. Got hooked up way back when Maria dismissed me from the signs. She told me I was reaching for the bottom, so I went on to look for the bottom of the bottle. They will put it on my tab at Stammerton's place yesterday. That's my only salvation. Okay, so it might be trireme syndrome or hepatitis? Tell me, Petrel, can you remember which of your symptoms you've had for a long time and which are recent? This is important. How long is long? You must be kidding, Doctor. The flies bit me in the worst of all tomorrows. The sickness is today and yesterday and tomorrow too. The skin's itching and yellowing since I began to visit the pub inside of the Crucible. That was late summer, before the cathedral. That accursed cathedral. Thank you, Petrel. The picture's becoming more or less clear at last. You know, it's actually a good thing my body is ill. That helps me believe I still have it, at least. Believe it's always been the same one, since the diseases progress in it. It might sound weird to you, but a man has to hold on to something when a torrent is carrying him away. Let's sort out your body first, then. Then we'll see if we can do anything else for you. Okay. Oh, it skipped a toppy for some reason. Yeah, I'm dealing with a specific page. Leave me alone. So definitely rash and ulcers, apparently. Itchy skin. Fuck. This is gonna be a struggle. Trireme syndrome. A consequence of abusing twire-based alcohol. Hallucinations, photophobia, seizures. God, some of these things list like 12 symptoms, and I'm like, you never have that many symptoms. But I wonder what a differential diagnosis is between Twirine syndrome and hepatitis, since that one's also alcohol-based. That's one of the best things I can lead to, is apparently he's been abusing alcohol since the summer. I don't remember when we are right now. I don't know what month this is, actually. The lungs, the Twirine syndrome doesn't affect the lungs or the mouth. Hepatitis doesn't affect the brain, so let's check the brain. That might be my best chance. Sample. Brain. My thingies. Already looted you before? I've already looted this whole place before, haven't I? I saved those for later on purpose. I knew I didn't need them. Looky. Organ is healthy. Points back towards hepatitis if we're going to go with the alcohol abuse angle. This guy's such a fucking mess that it's really hard to keep track of what these things might mean. Hepatitis, brain is healthy. I'm gonna go with hepatitis. It's shaky, but there's 500 million symptoms. Two of the only things that he specifically confirms is he confirms that he drinks, which is it's tied to hepatitis, but isn't part of the list of diagnoses here. And he talks about having itchy skin and vomiting. So those two are correct. We'll just have to see if that applies or not. Otherwise, I'll have to just... I'll diagnose everybody else first, and then we'll just see what information I can go with to deal with this going forward. We'll hope for the best.